This NBA season was merrily rolling along without much fanfare for the first 2 months. We were undoubtedly on a crash course for a rematch between the Cavaliers and the Warriors in the finals for the third straight year, and yet another ho-hum quiet trade deadline. But we got our first Woj bomb, and it's a bit of a doozy. Cleveland was able to package a late first-round pick in 2019 and the corpse of Mike Dunleavy for sharpshooter Kyle Korver. A former All-Star, Korver gives the Cavaliers another floor spacer to add to their already formidable lineup. And make no mistake, Korver is only in Cleveland to bomb from downtown. Almost 70% of his shots were threes over the past 3 years, and it's safe to say that playing alongside LeBron, Kyrie, and Love will only make his life easier. So if you're wondering how Korver will fare in Cleveland's offense, let's first take a look at how Atlanta was generating three-point shots for him. By far, the most common way he took his threes was with either a cross screen or a dribble handoff out top and sprinting full speed into a catch and shoot. As you can see, these shots are the most difficult types of threes you can take. I'd argue they're even harder than off the dribble, and he seemed to prefer going to his right to take them, making it even harder to get the hip and elbow alignment without a lot of in-air rotation. As a result, he took twice as many shots from the top of the key as anywhere else, and it was by far his worst zone. And while he was relatively balanced between the left and right wings, it does seem like he preferred coming off those pin downs on the left side of the floor. Again, this is a little weird for a righty to prefer to move to his right to get the shot off, and yet he shot the best off of the left side action if we don't include the seldom used corners. Now, let's look at how the Cavaliers have generated their three-pointers this season to see if we can imagine Kyle Korver in these situations. One set they get a lot of threes off of is the high post split, and it's very flexible for them. Here, they put LeBron at the elbow for the pass, and one can imagine Korver in the Shumpert roll, pinning down, then stepping back for a three. And if it's not there, the Cavs are fantastic at driving and kicking until they hunt down the best perimeter shot they can get. Again, with LeBron at the elbow, they can run this for a two-man game to suck the defense in, and James is fantastic at getting into the paint and finding tough passes to wide-open shooters. They also run Love at the high post, and after the split, he hands off to the guard coming out of the corner. Check the spacing this creates for everyone else, and Korver could be in any of these three positions for the shot. And when they have LeBron in there alongside Love, they can duck him in from the weak side. Everyone will turn their head at the sight of LeBron with the ball at the front of the rim, and he will always make the right play. The Cavs also like to get LeBron at the high post and pinch post action, and Korver would be right at home sprinting under a double staggered screen to catch a perfect pass for the open look. This set should also look a bit familiar to Korver, since it starts out like a Hawk staple called motion weak, and on the post entry to Love, the defense is forced to double team, and more evidence of how good the Cavs get the ball moving on the perimeter to find the best possible shot. The Cavs definitely play with a lot more flow to their offense and less set plays. Here, Love commands low post position in a mismatch, and he's another terrific passer who can find the open shooter for the wide open corner threes. And they even run the high post split with Kyrie at the elbow, and just like LeBron did when ducking in, Love looks to be aggressive, draws the double team, and hits the open shooter. Again, they hunt for the best possible shot at all times, and Korver will be in heaven. The Cavaliers also create the most corner threes in the NBA, and it's not even close. Cleveland has a variety of ways to generate these, and here they use a pin down into sprint ball screen for LeBron, which gets the defense all out of shape, and the Cavs always have great weak side spacing. Same idea on the pick and roll here, and when LeBron hits the short roll, even Tristan Thompson has gotten to the point where he can bounce it once and find the open corner shot. Dribble penetration is a key to getting corner threes, and they have one of the best in Kyrie Irving at getting into the lane. Off a double staggered by Love and LeBron, it's no problem for him to curl inside, then find the open man. And LeBron is probably the best at getting the ball down low on the post, spinning to the baseline, and whipping a pass to the weak side corner for the open shot. Out of this high post split, they turn it into a pick and roll at the elbow for LeBron. Once he gets the mismatch, he can go to work on the smaller defender, get low post position, and tightrope the baseline to find the open shooter. Here's the famous hammer play they almost never run, but hopefully they'll break it out as LeBron gets it down low and Thompson back screens for Dunleavy. Perfect pass, perfect shot, splash. And the bottom line, there are just very few guys in the league that can make this pass and who are also actively looking to make it, and I hope we see it a lot more going forward. If you're curious how well Korver does when he doesn't have to sprint off of pin downs for crazy ridiculous shots, here are some examples where he can cut to the corner for the catch and shoot, something the Hawks offense almost never created for him. Less than 20% of his threes came from the corner, yet he shot a crazy good percentage. Penetration along the baseline for a corner three was so rare this year, but will happen multiple times a game for him in Cleveland. Even getting penetration to the free throw line can get him a good look, and Kyrie and LeBron will be flattening defenses down to the restricted area. And you can imagine LeBron screening for Kyrie, getting the roll pass, and finding Korver all by himself in the corner. Threes for days. While the Cavs aren't elite at offensive rebounds, with Tristan Thompson on your team, it's always a possibility, and this is another area Kyle Korver should feast on. These are the best threes, when the defense is scrambling and the pass comes from the basket area, allowing Korver to be already lined up to the hoop so he can just catch it and let it fly. And lastly, Mo Dakhil just broke this down for us a few days ago, a set called AI Back, which would be perfect for using the gravity of LeBron James to pull everyone towards the corner before snapping the pass back to Korver coming off the elbow screen. They ran this often to get JR a shot, and I'd argue Korver is an even better shooter in this action. Not to mention that kickouts to shooters are also some of the best threes you can take, and the Hawks offense didn't do this much for Korver, but both Kyrie and LeBron do this consistently. So Korver should feel like the chains have been removed and he can go back to being a spot-up shooter, standing still and just catching and shooting. So there you have it, sports fans. Kyle Korver is a great addition to the Cavaliers offense and should make an already high-octane engine run even better. While his defense isn't lockdown, he's very smart positionally and shouldn't be a liability. And so what? They can just outscore the other team while he's out there, providing for plenty of fireworks, crazy good ball movement, and splashing all over the court. The gauntlet has been dropped, and we'll see if the Warriors will be able to pick it up.